Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live broadcast here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Dr. Mike Prince, along with Mr. Duane Lewis. I affectionately call him DC. How you doing this evening, sir?
Doing well, Mike. How you doing?
Well, look here, man. I'm excited about it right now. We got some basketball growing up, a legendary household, if you will, down here in Northern Louisiana at the official, unofficial home of Louisiana Tech. I know they're going through identity crisis right about now, but it still should be an exciting game between the Panthers and the Bulldogs, Conference USA and another Southwestern Athletic Conference battle. Give me something good this evening, sir.
Great to be in legendary facilities, Mike. We talk often. Many may not remember the mailman delivered here before he went to the NBA. None other than Karl Malone. Was an outstanding player. Paul Millsaps followed in his footsteps. But also on the women's side, Kim Mulkey, one of the great women's players of all time, current head coach at Baylor right up the road from the Hill, was an outstanding player and coach here under the legend Leon Barmore that in 30 years as head coach, he lost less than 100 games. So a lot of great basketball tradition here and a great opportunity tonight for Prairie View A&M men's basketball.
Well, there's a lot to talk about, and we'll get right into it. We're going to take us a break, and we'll come back with more of our pregame show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. The voice of Waller County Athletics, serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas. Introduce your message or product to our listening audience right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our network expands across the states of Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Missouri, Nevada, and California. Our network has been recognized by the state of Texas with the Media of the Year Award in 2012. For more information and opportunities to expand in your product, give us a call at 832-213-8824. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Mike Prince here with you as we're doing our pregame show between the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs and the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. I want to remind you today's broadcast being made possible by Lone Star Community College of Tomball, Texas. Also want to thank Edmonds Insurance of Waller, Texas. I want to thank the good people from Larry's Automotive out of Waller, Texas. The attorney Lee Van Richardson of Hempstead, Texas. Gunderson's Bookkeeping of Waller, Texas. Trinity Christian Learning Center of Waller, Texas. Temple of Refuge Ministries of Prairie View. Garland Harris Jr., Realtor at Keller Williams, a graduate of 2009, and the PV Championship team. I'll remind you and yours that if you would like to be a part of the sponsorship, underwritership opportunities here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network for our student athletic coverage, feel free to give us a call at 832-213-8824. Well, Duane, we have ourselves a very interesting matchup, if you will. The Panthers coming in with not the desired record that one would want at this stage of the game, and the Panthers' opponents, the Bulldogs, are coming in at a 5-4 record. Sometimes what you see is not what it always is. And give us a little backdrop on that, if you will, on the Panthers and where they are right now.
Mike, I don't think there's any question that this team is not playing like a 2-8 basketball team. Certainly in the past week, I think we played among our best basketball of the season, although we don't have a victory to show for it. Great effort at Kansas State, trailed by 5 at halftime. 3 nights ago at Texas State, led at halftime, had a 5-point lead midway the second half, and it appears that somewhere along the line, there's one of those runs that takes us out of contention to win the game. And that happened Saturday, happened last Tuesday at Kansas State, and we can avoid those runs. W's will start to show up. But this team is playing better than the record would show, sometimes more than the stats would show as well.
No doubt about it. And being around these teams and the opportunity to travel with these guys, you see what the average fan doesn't get a chance to see. You can sit across your seat and you're watching how the coach is pacing up and down, even measure what he's wearing for style points and whatnot. But when you see these guys firsthand and you see that the buy-in has finally started to process, and talking with Coach Smith on and off the record, he felt real good, and some turnaround points was the K-State game when he saw some things starting to come together, and he's thinking it's going to spill over and starting tonight against Louisiana Tech. A lot of people would ask the question, why are you playing the teams such as Louisiana Tech, the K-State? It's not about money all the time, but it's about, giving these guys the D1 experience.
Yes.
These are still D1 basketball players and athletes that we're talking about. So they have to be able to have some nuggets, if you will, to when they get old and gray like me, to say, I can remember the time back this way when they were going. But these games also prepare you for postseason play, with the expectations of doing very well, not only during the tournament, but in your conference as well leading to the tournament. And these games are something that you can store back in the data processor, if you will, to pull up further down the road. So there are so many tangibles that go into making up this thing, and let's admit, the paydays are not that bad neither.
They're certainly not. They're certainly not. But you want to be battle-tested.
Yeah.
Non-conference, as you said, is to get you ready for conference play and hopeful postseason play beyond the SWAC tournament. But you have to play these games, these teams, these opponents to not only make you battle-tested, get you game ready, but it's another part of the brand-building process of Panther Athletics. We want people to take a different look at Prairie View A&M Athletics. To do that, you play these games. And we're going coast to coast this season. We open on the West Coast. We'll be at Utah Saturday. We'll be at George Mason next Thursday. It's the experience, it's the brand, and it betters these young men to be able to travel coast to coast. Hey, I'm going to get as you mentioned, a D1, a Division I experience at Prairie View A&M University, and that's important for future recruits and prospective student athletes when they're considering where they want to play their college basketball. They can get a great experience at Prairie View as they can anywhere else in the state or in the country.
No doubt about it, and we'll talk about it a little bit later on throughout the process. There's a lot of quality athletes within the state of Texas. Mm-hmm. Louisiana Tech's roster is definitely showing that, with 46% of their team with native heritage back in Texas. But when you talk about the overall experience, it's time out for saying that Prairie View is the best-kept secret. The secret's out. Pull the cover off that rascal, turn on the light, and let it shine, and say, hello, world, here we are. We're going to talk a whole lot more about PV and potentially the starting lineups for tonight right here. And we're going to get a little bit more from my guy, Duane. This is our first broadcast together here on the hardwood, man. You didn't realize that, did you?
It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long, long time coming. I'm Dr. Mike Prince. He is Mr. Duane Lewis. We're going to take a break. You're listening to the pregame show for the Panthers basketball right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Has your vehicle been giving you the blues? Contact our good friends at Larry's Automotive at 30540 FM 1488 in the Field Store area. Now 936-931-5566. With over 20 years of experience as a lawyer, attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. can help you with whatever your need may be. Divorce, car accidents, criminal case, wills, deeds, trust, civil suits, parent and child relationships. Contact Richardson's Law Office located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. You can call them at 979-826-8008. Attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. in Hempstead, Texas. Is your business in the black? Do you really know? Gunderson's Bookkeeping can lower your taxes, increase your profits, and help control your cash flow. Services include complete payroll, bookkeeping, and income tax services. Call for a free business assessment at 936-372-2661.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Mike Prince along with Mr. Duane Lewis here from Louisiana Tech, home of the Bulldogs, a very nice establishment here, if you would. It's a very deceptive look. It says it holds 8,000, but it looks much larger, at least to this old set of eyes, than what's going on. A very attractive look. The state of Louisiana, of course, in the center of the floor with La Tech, and it's not L.A. Tech, as in Los Angeles, but the L.A. for Louisiana. You know, sometimes you got to clarify that when you're dealing with some folks. Everybody from the West Coast think it's for Los Angeles, and those from the good old South think it's all about Louisiana. But with that being said, we got opportunity to speak with Coach Smith and hang out with the guys. We don't look at this as work, if you will allow me to say that, Brother Lewis. It's a labor of love. And when it's something that you love and promoting these young men and women on that behalf and the coaching staff and the university as a whole, you get to build something with these young men, and that's a part of what all this is about. Building, yes, we're talking about building a brand, but we're building something that's even bigger than brands, and that's relationships.
Yes.
And so I want to take this time right now to build the DC brand, if you will. Introduce yourself. Some have heard you on the airways. We're like, well, who is that young man, and who is this, that, and the other? And I'm going to let you tell your story on how you got here as we get ready to move on. The floor is now yours.
Well, it's been a blessing to be at Prairie View A&M since August 1st after spending 5 years at Alabama State University. Prior to that, spent some time at the Baton Rouge Advocate as a sports writer, and 2 years at the Southwestern Athletic Conference office, 1 year at the All-State Sugar Bowl, and 10 great years in your hometown.
Yes, sir.
In St. Louis as a member of the PR staff of the St. Louis Rams, now the LA Rams. So definitely a varied career, but excited, blessed about the opportunity to be here on the Hill and to build relationships, as you mentioned, with our outstanding student-athletes, coaches, and the Prairie View community.
Well, with the exception, I don't call that team's name anymore because they departed the city. I feel like they just did that, but that's a whole nother scale to talk about.
Correct.
We got to stay focused on the issue at hand right here. With all the background that you have and some of the things that you've seen, what was it that helped lead you to On the Hill?
Opportunity. No doubt, the opportunity to be a part of a growing athletic department at university. When you open a brand new football stadium, the commitment that the university has made, the students have made, the foundation has made, that's a very exciting aspect to be a part of. And when now Vice President, Athletic Director Ashley Robinson reached out to gauge my interest, I told him I would be interested in talking to him about it, and having a chance to come over the summer and to see it firsthand, I was blown away from whence Prairie View has come to where it is, but more excited about where we're headed.
Yes,
as
sir.
an athletic department, as a university, and as great as the previous 140 years have been, the next 140 will be more exciting than that, and I'm blessed and honored to be a part of it.
Well, we're blessed to have you. I don't know if we'll be around for the 140 years that remain.
It's been a story.
Boy, that was a heck of a story. Methuselah, scoot over, baby. You got company. But we would have an opportunity to get them headed in the right direction. The band is worked up. We're getting worked up because we're about to have some basketball. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have tonight's starting lineups. You listen to Panther Basketball on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The voice of Waller County Athletics, serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas. Introduce your message or product to our listening audience right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our network expands across the states of Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Missouri, Nevada, and California. Our network has been recognized by the state of Texas with the Media of the Year Award in 2012. For more information and opportunities to expand your product, give us a call at 832-213-8824. Has your vehicle been giving you the blues? Contact our good friends at Larry's Automotive at 30540 FM 1488 in the Field Store area. Now 936-931-5566. With over 20 years of experience as a lawyer, attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. can help you with whatever your need may be. Divorce, car accidents, criminal case, wills, deeds, trust, civil suits, parent and child relationships. Contact Richardson's Law Office located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. You can call them at 979-826-8008. Attorney Lee Van Richardson, Jr. in Hempstead, Texas. Is your business in the black? Do you really know? Gunderson's Bookkeeping can lower your taxes, increase your profits, and help control your cash flow. Services include complete payroll, bookkeeping, and income tax services. Call for a free business assessment at 936-372-2661. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, otherwise known as the Voice of Student Athletics, has been serving the community since 2002, providing local and regional coverage for high school and collegiate sports. Be sure to show your support by becoming a listening partner by going to our website at OBN-Radio.com. Annual donation of $72 a year will help continue for us to provide local and regional high school and collegiate coverage right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
Larry's Automotive, located in the Field Store community of Waller County, is equipped to handle any automotive service or repair on your diesel or gas engine, truck, car, tractor, trailer, or RV motorhome. With in-house financing and scheduled service reminders, Larry's Automotive can handle it all. So give them a call at 936-931-5566. 936-931-5566, or look them up online at larrysautomotive.net. Larry's Automotive is an approved AAA Texas repair facility employing ASC certified technicians and a 2-time Better Business Bureau Awards of Excellence winner in automotive service. That's because they believe in running an honest business with a no-problem guarantee. Remember, every service visit comes with their 12-month, 12,000-mile nationwide warranty on parts and labor. That satisfaction worth the drive. So stop on by or call today, 936-931-5566, 936-931-5566.
The Prairie View A&M University Panthers are a member of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, commonly known as the SWAC. The Panthers are a Division I FCS program of the NCAA. The Panthers compete in the following sporting events. From the men's division, baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, tennis, and track and field. From the women's division, basketball, bowling, cross country, golf, soccer, softball, tennis, track and field, and volleyball. The Open Mic Broadcast Network is proud to serve and partner with the Prairie View A&M University Athletic Department, serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. Be sure to visit our website at OBN-Radio.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Mike Prince along with Mr. Duane Lewis as we are getting ready for basketball action here on the northern side of Louisiana here at Louisiana Tech. The Bulldogs hosting the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Our starting lineups tonight, Duane, will look as such. For Louisiana Tech, you will have guard position 00 Jacoby Boykins. Another guard will be number 4, Daquan Bracey. The third guard position will be number 1, Derek Jean, or is that John? If we're down here in Louisiana, we'll make sure that we got that. Number 2 forward will be Mr. Eric McCree, and the second forward will be Mr. Omar Sherman, who wears number 24. For the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, we will have starting off number 11, the Jadante Blakely at guard. He, along with number 25, Daquan Cook, will be in the backcourt position for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Number 22, Shaquille Preston, will get to start tonight. He is listed as a guard, but he has that ability of playing that 3 position. And you have, I call him the money man, Mr. Zachary Hamilton, a very impressive young man. He was wearing number 14. And holding it down in the middle, filling some big shoes for that in the likes of the injured Adamasu Williams, will be number 12, the junior transfer, Mr. J.D. Wallace. Well, The stage is set. What are going to be some of the keys tonight, Brother Lewis, for this Panther train to get rolling?
Mike, I think it's important we get off to a really good start. That's something we've done the last 2 ball games. I think it gives us confidence as well as letting our opponent know that we came here to win. I think just as importantly, somewhere in there we have to avoid that big run/scoring drought that we've allowed in the last 2 losses. Keep it close, or if we allow a run, we need to have 2 runs every run that they make.
Exactly. Not only do they have to make sure the runs, but second chance shots and rebounds have been the Achilles for the Panthers on this. And doing the simple things such as boxing out and doing the shoot-arounds this morning, they spent a lot of time and emphasis on boxing out to do the little things that got you here. They got to keep in that mindset. They, too, are Division I players. It should be an exciting time tonight. The Panthers will be traveling, of course, on the road in their black jerseys with the purple numbers trimmed in gold. And the home team, Bulldogs, Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, will be in their white jerseys with the red, white, or red and blue numbering to give. The Panthers will be starting off going from our right to left on the dial as Coach Smith and crew. His crew, of course, is Derek Daniels, a longtime teammate and friend of over 30 years that has come to join his coaching staff, Mr. Keenan Curry, who I affectionately call my West Side homie. He's from Kansas City, Missouri area. And Mr. Bussey out of Baltimore, Maryland area. We had a good time to talk with these guys, and it should be a very good time. Teams are coming out on the floor. I want to remind you that the Bulldogs were led by Coach Eric Concord. He is the head basketball coach for the Bulldogs. Well, the teams are squaring up, ready to go. And we're about to get us some basketball, Brother Lewis, on the way. J.D. Wallace going for the battle, and the tip is going to be controlled by the Panthers. And the Panthers get ready, setting the play up, working at the high post, now swinging around to the left wings, right back at the top. Just getting on the way here at Louisiana Tech. Panthers cutting through, good ball movement right now, being very patient. The jump shot is up and good, and the Panthers get the first basket by Duane Cook to give the Panthers a 2-0 lead.
Averaging 19 points in the last 2 games, coming off the season-high 20 at Texas State this past Saturday.
Now the Bulldogs working on the perimeter. Long three-pointer is rattles through as the Panthers, Jacoby, well, wow, he did a whole bunch of name calling on there, but Jacoby with the 3 to make it 3-2 Bulldogs on top of the Panthers. Panthers taking their time, working down low, swinging a jumper off the pass is good, and that is what you want to see for the Panthers coming through with the basket to make that 4-3 with Zachary Hamilton for the Panthers.
Good to see him knock down his first shot, only 2 of 9 this past weekend. Off to a great start here. Panthers showing zone early.
Yeah, Panthers showing the zone as they're spreading it out now. Bounce pass down low. There's a turnover. Panthers on the transition. Coming through, and it's going to be a quick foul. Well, it's called a travel. Well, we got started early.
A little bit unsure if he needs to take it up with the pressure from La Tech. Like to see if he can keep that dribble, have the confidence to bring the ball into the front court.
Yeah, one of those opportunities that you want to try to be able to take advantage of throughout the course of the night. Panthers back on the defense, setting things up. 22 seconds on the shot clock. La Tech driving in, a slam on the inside. That makes it a 2-point achievement, of course, for the Bulldogs. It is now 5-4, La Tech on top. Panthers now working, being very patient. You like to see the patience coming through now with the Panthers as they're spreading the drive, kicked out, and down low is Wallace. He goes up, whoa, and misses the shot. Rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. Panthers back on defense, bringing it across now. La Tech setting things up, trying to set the outside shot up. Looking, thought about going, and the ball was turned over. Panthers will get the ball. That ball was passed down low by Mercy McCree, and the Panthers get the turnover. Panthers coming right back, taking their time working. Not a full house, but a loud house tonight here at La Tech.
We've seen this patience the last 2 games, Mike. It's allowed us to get really good shots near the end of the shot clock, but good shots that we want on the possession.
No doubt about it. It keeps you close in the game as that shot was just missed on the perimeter on the 20-foot range on the far side, and La Tech's come on the transition. The jumper is good from no good from three, attempted from three, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Rebound was picked up as the Panthers now get across the timeline trying to set their play back up. Just getting on the way, 5-4, La Tech on top of the Panthers. Very patient now with the Panthers, and you'd like to see this. That's playing with confidence right now.
Bulldogs playing man-to-man defense gives us a chance to use the screens, dribble with penetration, and get a good shot.
As another shot with Preston coming in to make the jumper.
He knocks on the three. That has to be a great shot of confidence for that young man. Hasn't shot the way he's capable of. A great start here with the wing three.
Something about coming back to your native state, huh?
Adds a little something to it, no doubt about it. No doubt.
The New Orleans native makes the Panthers have an early lead here, 6-5 here in the first half of play. Panthers playing good defense. There's another turnover, and Panthers coming on transition. Going 2-on-2, going for the basket, and good. Great transition for the Panthers. Coming through to make that was Blakely, and Blakely makes it now the Panthers with a comfortable 9-5 lead here in the first half of play. 16 minutes exactly remaining in the first half. Panthers back on the defense, spreading things out in the zone coverage, working at the right elbow now, or the Bulldogs. Good penetration and a missed shot, second chance that we talked about, and then the Panthers scrambling for it, and it's finally going to be out of bounds. Bulldogs will maintain possession.
Well, actually, going to get Blakely on the foul, on the hustle. It's an unfortunate foul going for the hustle.
I thought it got out of bounds.
We've got to get when it's on the floor. We've got to be quicker to the basketball.
I thought it got out of bounds, but I won't get into that. I was telling you about calming down. I got to calm down myself.
Yes, you do.
We got a timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here and let you know today's broadcast is being made possible by community members such as you and Lone Star Community College. Lone Star Community College is a place where you can continue your education, perhaps at Prairie View, at half the cost. You get a chance to get some local training, and you can do some fields of interest. All you have to do is check out the options that are available at Lone Star, at lonestar.edu/Tomball, at LSC/Tomball. At Tomball Community College, it's all about you. Well, Duane, the Panthers are right where you want them, keeping a steady pace. You got any numbers for us right now?
I think the patience right now, the offense has paid off, Mike. But when the fast break opportunity is there, you have to take it. Great outlet pass from Preston to Blakely, who was able to finish with the left hand to give us that 4-point lead. La Tech scoreless in the last 2:43.
Yes, sir.
So Panthers off to a really good start, which is what you want on the road, which is what we've done the last two games. And talking to Coach Smith, he felt like that perhaps the expectation level that he had coming off the end of last year was perhaps too high with so many different parts of the puzzle right now, but that in the last week or so, it was coming together. He felt really good about the opportunity tonight. And once again, for the third straight game, we're off to a very good start.
It's just like making a good roux. You can put all the ingredients together, but you got to let it simmer, baby, to the right thickness for it to taste just right.
And the right temperature. Don't want to burn it.
We're back to action right now. Panthers on top by the score of 9-5. Dr. Mike Prince and Duane Lewis on the call here from La Tech. Panthers being very good and patient on defense. Got the second chance off the lone jumper that's no good. And here come the Panthers on transition. Setting it up across now as the Panthers being very, very patient. Cook working now. They got Hamilton now back into the hands of Blakely as Blakely slows it down. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Still working on the Panthers. You have Bellinger, who now works all the way around the floor, looking down inside. He kicks it back out, back up to Hamilton. Hamilton gets it into the hands of Blakely. Blakely backing up. You got to hurry up. Shot clock is down. And actually a little bit too much dribbling that time, not aware of that awareness that you need to execute.
But you have to see that.
Yes.
Somewhere on the court, you have shot clocks on either end of the court. You have to see it, especially from the guards, as you mentioned, Bellinger into the game, replacing Shaquille Preston.
So now the Bulldogs on the attack right now as they're playing a half-court game. Panthers in their zone coverage in their black uniforms. Working down low, looking, trying to get it, but there's a quick whistle. Working down low. They call that one on Wallace. Wow. Second team foul, first foul against J.D. Wallace. Working down low in the paint were the Bulldogs, and they got a young man that's listed at number 5 that was not on our original roster. We'll get that in just a second here.
The big 7-footer, and J.D. trying to battle for position, got called for the hook as L.J. Westbrook checks into the game for the Panthers now, giving Zachary Hamilton the blow.
He said, you can call me L.J. He let us know that. He said, please call me L.J. The long inbound now for the Bulldogs as they get the transition coming back in. Panthers trying to make sure Jonah White is number 5 for the Bulldogs. He was not on our roster, and they work down low. And McCree gets the basket, and the Bulldogs have made this a 9-7 Panther lead now. Panthers working back, working very patient again, as we've been mentioning throughout the early part of this broadcast. Panthers trying to set it up now is Cook. Cook gets it over into the corner. Bellinger from the corner is blocked, but recovered by the Panthers. Panthers swinging around that jumper up. No good. That one was missed as Westbrook was not able to connect on that one. Here come the Bulldogs on transition. There's a takeaway. Oh, and Bulldogs got it right back. Panthers hustling real hard. 14 seconds on the shot clock now. On the left 20-foot jumper. It's no good. Rebound pulled down by the Panthers. Panthers up 9-7, and here they come on transition. Getting it across the timeline now are the Panthers into the hands of Cook. Cook gets it to Blakely. Blakely gives it back over to Bellinger. Bellinger working at the high point guard area. Picks it back up to Blakely. They trade places. Blakely working on his man. Gets it over to Bellinger. Bellinger to Westbrook. Westbrook down low in the corner. That one was blocked as J.D. Wallace's shot was blocked. And here come the Bulldogs on transition. It's a 3-on-1 favor of the Bulldogs on Panthers. The long jumper for 3 is no good. The rebound picked up by the Panthers. And you got to like the way things are falling right now for PV Nation.
Great transition defense, Mike. They forced La Tech to move the ball around the horn because we had great help and recover. The freshman Blakely could not knock down the wide open look.
Cook, Daquan Cook on the attack had his man beat. And they're going to call that foul against the Bulldogs. Hamilton enters back in for the Panthers, is going to have a seat now.
It was Wallace that sat down. So a small lineup right now for the Panthers, Mike. But Coach Smith likes this lineup, likes it to Golden State where you have basically positionless 5 on the floor and a whistle inside against the Bulldogs.
Okay, I got my itchy finger right now. So I know you're not going to call travel on that.
Looks like Harris got called for that foul for the Bulldogs. Quick inbounds pass. Dunn just a good look at the 3, but it rimmed out.
So the Bulldogs coming back on transition right now, setting up at the top of the key, penetrating through, another turnover, and it's a scrimmage down on the floor. Jump ball, possession arrow pointing in favor of the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs will maintain possession. Our score is 9-7 with 12:29 here in the first half. So far, so good.
I think Gracie could hold the key to our success. The freshman guard for La Tech, who started the last 3 games, had 6 turnovers Saturday at Louisiana Lafayette.
Another long 3 is no good. The rebound picked up by the Bulldogs, and they'll get a chance to get a new shot clock and restart everything as they go back to work right now. Slowing it down. Panthers on top, 9-7. Handling the point guard position is Bracey for the Bulldogs. Bracey kicks it over in the corner. There's another jumper, no good. Rebound picked up by the Panthers. Panthers coming back, getting it across the timeline. Not in any hurry now as Cook gets it over to Hamilton. Hamilton gets it back over to Blakely. Blakely to Bellinger. And the Panthers, everyone is getting a chance to touch the ball and just make sure they're working that and paying attention to the shot clock, and they should be good. Swinging it over now to Hamilton on the right wing. Hamilton working at the top of the key. He shook his defender, the 3-pointer. Oh, it's no good. The rebound is picked up by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming on transition. Panthers get back well for the defensive side. Set up now in what appears to be a 3-2 zone look. Panthers being very good on the defensive end now as the shot clock is winding down. 14 seconds, almost another turnover for the Panthers. Great stretch in the defense. There's another long jumper, and that one is good.
Boykin is one of their top shooters, Mike. He's knocked down 2 here today as Tech. As La Tech goes back up 10-9.
Yes, sir. That was actually a good shot from the smooth guy. Wearing a 0, you got to be pretty smooth if you're wearing a number 0.
Definitely. No doubt about that. Nice release rotation by Boykin.
Oh, nice move toward the cup. Oh, you talking about taking advantage of the slash move by Bellinger to give the Panthers the lead back at 11-10.
Arguably a very underrated athlete. Saw him catching an alley-oop today at practice. That's hops for a 6'0" guy to catch a new.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm a hop right to the bed. Panthers working down low in the defense. Another turnover, and here come the Panthers swinging it out. It's Westbrook with the dish and the finish by the Panthers. Good transitional basketball. Prairie View on top, 13-10.
Cook on that finish. Great transition offense, as you mentioned. Run when it's there. Right now, we took advantage of another scoring opportunity in the transition offense.
Yes, sir. Panthers playing very aggressively now, even on the zone. There's another almost steal attempt by the Panthers, knocked out of bounds by Cook. We have ourselves a media timeout with 9 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the first half. Panthers on top by the score of 13-3. We'll be right back. You listen to Panthers basketball on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The following sponsors are contributors to today's broadcast here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Temple of Refuge Ministries, located in Prairie View, Texas. Garland Harris Jr. of Keller Williams Realtors in Houston, Texas. Attorney Lee Van Richardson of Hempstead, Texas. Lone Star College of Tomball, Texas. Edmonds Insurance in Waller, Texas. Larry's Automotive in Waller, Texas. Gunderson's Bookkeeping in Waller, Texas. District Attorney Elton Mathis. Prairie View Athletic Club, the Hotline Press in Hempstead, Texas, and the City of Hempstead. Thank you for your contributions and support of our student athletics here throughout Waller County and beyond. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Mike Prince and Mr. D.C. Lewis himself in the house. Panthers on top by the score of 13-10. The stats have failed us briefly, but Duane, you got something. Give us quickly what we got going on as the Panthers get ready to take the floor.
Rebounds are virtually even, Mike, at 8-6. Is one of the things you talked about earlier that was stressed in practice. Over the last 2 games, we've only been out-rebounded by a total of 6. That means more emphasis being placed on it, the good fundamental technique, and I think that's making a difference. We played taller teams. We played bigger teams. We're holding our own on the glass and certainly doing that so far through the first half of the first half.
Well, La Tech gets ready to inbound. Panthers back on defense, leading 13-10. Good scrappy defense now as Lomax is now in for the Panthers. And there's a shot clock violation, and that's what you need. And the Panthers are playing some scrappy defense on this evening.
One of the things you don't think about coming out of a timeout, typically when you go in, is after a miss or a turnover. We think you have the full 30. Fortunately for the Panthers, La Tech didn't see it, turned back over to us. Their 5th turnover to just 2 for the Panthers.
Westbrook and Lomax working the backcourt now for the Panthers, swinging that pass back over Lomax looking, and he got called for the travel.
And now La Tech showing some zone, trying to use their size to disrupt the passing lanes. Lomax in for the first time tonight. Congratulations to him who earned this degree and received that degree this past Saturday, along with 35 other student-athletes.
Yes, sir. That's always the main goal, is that these guys finish the race that they started. In that case, is getting that degree. And once again, congratulations to he and his family. I know you're very proud. Meanwhile, there is a long three-point attempt that is nailed in by Washington. Washington now makes it all even at 13-13 with 8:59 here in the first half of play. Panthers working back as they go in, trying to get through that zone. A jumper from the left elbow is in and out. Oh, I'm sorry, Bellinger makes it go down and kind of rolled around, and it falls through. Bellinger makes it 15-13 for the Panthers. Working down low now, or the Bulldogs, and they get the and one. The power move by the big man.
Sherman got that inside, went through Davis just into the game, and you can't give them both. I always say you got to give them either foul them, make them shoot two, or give them the layup. Don't give them the three-point opportunity. Unfortunately, that time, Davis out-muscled, got called for the hack on the arm, and Sherman will shoot one.
But was it really a hack if he was able to continue his shot? He misses the free throw, picked up by the Panthers.
Well, he's a big guy. He's definitely stronger. Davis giving up some size on that, but he missed the free throw, so it all worked out.
So Westbrook penetrates through. The jumper from the corner from behind three is no good. Picked up by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming back on transition right now. 8:20 remaining in the first half.
And Troy Thompson missed that three out of the corner. Here's the instant offense. This past Saturday played big dividends off the bench. That ball turned over to the Panthers.
Yes, sir. Panthers once again leading that charge with the turnover race right now. Spoke with Thompson a little bit. He's just admitted that he's gotten over his homesickness. He's by way of Oakland, California, in the San Francisco, Bartlett area. And it's just good just to see these young men coming to their own to become not only good athletes but student athletes, which has always been an emphasis here at Prairie View.
What's the growth process? Anytime you come from more than 500 miles away, it's a shock to the system. But fortunately, he's settling in and feeling at home on the hill.
Daquan Cook missed a shot from the left elbow. Rebound picked up by the Bulldogs. Another long three, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And the Panthers are holding their own here in the first half of play. 7:45 remaining, 15-15 is our score. Panthers being very patient. Working now with Blakely down low, kicking it back out, trying to look for the open shot. Westbrook attacking, gets the nice dish, but it was knocked away. Good defense by the Bulldogs, and here come the Bulldogs on transition. The move is good, as that was a nice move by Boykins. Boykins makes it 17-15, Bulldogs on top.
And good patience by the Panthers. One thing the zone can do when you're trying to attack is speed you up a little bit. We've done a good job so far of maintaining our tempo against their defensive pressure.
Well, we got a timeout on the floor, and we're going to take a timeout. The 17-15 Panthers trailing La Tech with 7 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the first half. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
What is special about Prairie View is the history. The history of Prairie View is all about inviting our students to come into an institution of higher education and to put their best effort forward.
The most special thing about Prairie View A&M University is our college of nursing.
The fact that the administration and the staff and the faculty actually work together to help the students.
My favorite component of this university is the relationship that faculty has with the students, and it's a very positive environment. Faculty works very well with the students in developing the students inside and outside the classroom.
Well, there's a lot of traditions here.
I think that historically Prairie View has always been about teaching, research, and service.
The sense of community, the sense of family.
I think the tradition that I carried away is we are very successful out in the industry.
Our homecoming, the marching storm band.
My favorite.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Timeout on the floor. Panthers and the Bulldogs making their way here as they come out of this media timeout. The Panthers holding their own, Duane. You got to be extremely proud of what you're seeing right now with the score only being 17-15. Bulldogs on top of the Panthers. Panthers now working the floor. Kicking it back out now with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Still working. Duane Cook working, gets it over to Blakely. Blakely kicks it out. That jumper by Hamilton is good, and the Panthers have tied it up yet again.
His first three of the night, and actually puts us ahead, Mike, at 18-17, and good to see him again.
Yeah.
Panthers moving the ball, and the patience of the offense does two things. One, it hopefully ensures you get a good shot. Two, it makes the defense work. And that's often overlooked when you're working the ball for 20, 25, 28 seconds. They have to exert that energy on defensive end. Somebody's going to have a lapse.
Yes, sir.
And we're taking advantage of that, getting to the open spot right now.
See, they get tired too, right?
Absolutely.
As now another strip, clean pick by the Panthers coming on with the transition and the basket. What a pick. A thief in the night by Blakely. And the Panthers extend their lead.
Blakely to Cook, proven to be a formidable backcourt combination. Great hands by Blakely.
Another steal, and here come the Panthers again. 2-on-1, now 3-on-2, transition. Couldn't finish. The Panthers showing explosiveness. J.D. Wallace was the trail man, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
The fifth steal of the night for the Panthers, 3 already by Blakely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And to me, Blakely's the guy that makes this whole thing go, Mike. He had a big assist game. We got the win at Fresno State. Right now, he's got 3 steals. He's got 3 assists. He scored 2 points. He has no turnovers, flawlessly running the Panther offense as Wallace missed the first free throw. And Sharon Jett checks in for the first time. We'll give Troy Thompson the blow.
Now, this is the match that I've been looking for on the floor, the combination with Wallace and Jett on the floor together. And he sinks his second shot, and the Panthers now take a 21-17 lead over the Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming back across the timeline. They're going from our right to left in their home white uniforms. Panthers in the black, working down low, or the Bulldogs. Panthers showing great elusiveness and awareness. Another long three and a good box out and a rebound for the Panthers. And here they come again to add to their lead.
That's what you want to see, Mike. One shot and out for La Tech on offense.
Blakely and Cook now working the backcourts for the Panthers, and they're just doing a little give and take. Man, I love this plan that Coach Smith has put together for this game on tonight.
Bulldogs back in man-to-man, and you're right. Gives you a chance to look at combinations. As you mentioned, Wallace and Jett on the floor together. How do they work in with the 3-guard offense? Jump ball call will maintain possession.
Yeah, getting a little.
and one of the officials is saying that it should be Bulldogs ball, but it is our ball, but 2 on the shot clock.
Yes, sir. 2 on the shot clock, so it's going to have to be one of those give and goes. And traveling was called on the inbound, so I guess that's one that comes out in the wash. Don't come out in the rinse, comes out in the wash. So
we'll come out in the wash.
Yeah, there's a turnover for the Panthers. Panthers still up with 5:27 remaining, 21-17 as La Tech comes across the timeline. Panthers set back in their zone coverage right now as they're working down low. La Tech, good ball movement, but the Panthers responding quite well on the defense. Another long pass almost picked off, but La Tech maintains possession. The drive and the penetration, and they'll get the opportunity to shoot two. Explosive move toward the cup, but I still like the way the Panthers are responding to that time as McCray will go to the line to shoot two.
I think they got Wallace that time for the foul, if I'm not mistaken. But you're right. Great player movement, forcing La Tech to make the extra pass and the extra pass as we have great help and recover. The 5 men on defense for the Panthers moving around, challenging every pass and every look that La Tech is getting so far.
As McCray sinks his first free throw attempt here with 5 minutes, 9 seconds, Panthers on top by the score of 21-18. Mike Prince and Duane Lewis live from the northern hemisphere of the Louisiana borders. Daquan Bracey at the line, and he will be able to make it 21-18 as he was never able to hit that second one. Panthers back on transition.
Good job breaking the press that time. They give Bellinger for that quick first step. I don't think he traveled. He was too quick for the official.
So I'm not used to seeing things move that fast.
Right.
So things were a tad bit slower in Louisiana, and maybe he wasn't able to keep up with it.
And Coach Smith wants an explanation because, again, show the jab step, put the ball on the floor. He's getting an explanation. Doesn't agree with it. He's saying okay. He doesn't agree.
Well, that's one of those hidden messages. I'm watching you. I'm expecting some calls, but don't get me on something that I obviously can challenge you on. So
Absolutely.
See how that works out now as the Panthers back on defense, leading by the score of 21-18. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remain. Another long three, and this one is good as McCray makes that for the basket to make it 21-21 here. A three-pointer to bring them right back tied up here as the Panthers, once again, slowing this thing down, and you got to love it. You got to love it.
We're taking right now shooting their average, Mike, 33% from three-point range. We're countering that by shooting well from two. Unfortunately, Jet missed that one. Bulldogs trying to push here.
Jet with the hair puff. Is that what you call that? The Afro puff?
I'm not sure how to describe that because more of a twist that's tied up in a bun, I guess. We'll leave that one there. As McCray knocks down another three to put Tech back up 24-21. 9 lead changes, 3 ties through the first 17 minutes.
Panthers working things back now as Bellinger on the right wing looking as they got the zone coverage for La Tech. He's at the top of the key, looking, trying to penetrate, goes, dishes down low, tried to get that down to Jet. And
we were called for the turnover. Maybe too quick, too aggressive that time, lost the ball out of bounds. It'll be La Tech's ball after the media timeout.
Well, we got a media timeout on the floor. Panthers hanging in there. They say giving it what they got while they can, how they can. We're going to take us a very quick break, and we'll be right back with more basketball right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Panthers trail 24-21. We'll be right back. You're listening to Prairie View A&M University live sports coverage exclusively on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers right now on the losing end of a 7-0 run by La Tech. And that's the things we kind of talked about at the beginning of this broadcast. You got to avoid those little holes. That happens in the game of basketball, but at this point, the next possession, you got to really respond to cut that run down.
No doubt, Mike. We haven't scored in the last 2:44. We had 3 turnovers during that time. A little bit more patience. You know, we talked about them going to a zone, which allows them to use more of their size and make those passing angles more difficult. Maintain the poise along with the patience in moving the basketball.
Speaking of patience, Panthers back on the defense in that zone coverage and working. That ball was knocked out of bounds. It will be possession for the Bulldogs. Good hands that time by the Panthers, Mr. Zachary Hamilton.
Right now, Hamilton and Blakely, along with Westbrook, Jet, and Cook. And another thing among the things that non-conference does, mix and match combinations, what fives go together and play well together.
Yes, sir. There's another long three by the Bulldogs, and the follow-up, McCree follows up with the scrap basket to make it 26-21.
Now, that can't happen.
Right.
We've got to get the body. And he flew in from outside the lane to get that board, and you have to get the body on body. It sounds simple enough to do, but it shows up in moments like that.
Coming back with another aggressive move was Blakely. He got rejected. Jet with the rebound as they are picking back out, ready to try to slow things up. Blakely in the backcourt alone with Cook. Blakely now coming at the left wing, gets it over to Hamilton at the right wing. He's being guarded there in the man and looked like that hit the wrist, but we won't call that. That ball was knocked away, and here come the Bulldogs on transition. And the basket is good. And you're talking about being handcuffed, but they didn't call it. You can't fuss about that. Now it is a 9-0 run as we have a timeout with 2 minutes and 16 seconds. We'll stay right here. What do you
Coach
think?
Smith quick with that timeout.
Right.
Zach can't force that ball. He got stripped once. Okay, you got it back. Pass it around, reset, get a good shot. No, he went right back up, got stripped, got the turnover, and he heard that from Coach Smith, who Zach drew the ire of Coach Smith during that timeout.
Exactly.
Just settle down.
Right.
We're not going to get a 7-point shot, a 5-point shot. We got a long way to go. Just settle down. Right now, we mentioned it's an 11-0 run. We haven't scored in more than 4 minutes. We've got 4 turnovers during that time. We have to just calm down. Only down 7.
Only down 7 with
Mike.
2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the half. Panthers will get the ball as they get across the timeline now, trying to set it up. Westbrook at the top of the key. He gives it up and goes down low as the backcourt now will consist of Blakely at the point, handling the point position. He gets over to the left wing, gets it back over, and is swinging it around.
Now they've gone back man-to-man, so some opportunities there for us.
And
big shot there by Blakely with the kiss.
Yes, sir. Blakely makes that now 23 for the Panthers with 1 minute and 45 seconds. La Tech has 28. Working back now, Panthers still in that zone coverage, working from post to post here. 15 seconds on the shot clock. And another good hands. And that ball is going to be turned over, and the Panthers get the turnover. Good defense again by the Panthers.
And one thing about the big men, Mike, they're not really used to having the ball outside of 5 feet from the basket. So good job by the interior of the Panthers defense, getting him off that spot. Good job by Jet, who just exits the game, getting him off the spot, knocking it away, getting us the possession back under 90 seconds to play here in the first half.
So Blakely and Westbrook working the back court right now for the Panthers, taking their time. Blakely penetrating, looks, throws the shot up. It's no good. But
got the goaltend. Got the goaltend.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Good take by Blakely, being very confident amongst the land of the towers, using that left hand, high up the glass, got the goaltend call. 4 straight points for the Panthers. Now we're only down 3 as Preston returns and Jet, perhaps a little offense-defense substitution for Coach Smith. We saw a little bit of this Saturday at Texas State, getting the matchup, depending on if we're on offense or defense, and it paid off then. He's sticking with it here tonight.
Panthers trailing 28-25. They're working now as La Tech's trying to take their time, getting it across with 15 seconds on the shot clock, trying to work down low at the right wing or the right elbow. And there's a quick foul. And going to the line will be the Bulldogs.
And it appeared that time that we leaned in. It Jet wasn't vertical, as they called it. The hands were leaning forward. At least that's the indication that Rod Dixon, one of the officials here, gave, and Coach Smith is giving his side of what he saw there. Now, I'm not saying I agree. I'm just telling you what he said, that he said when he said it.
59.2 seconds remaining. I'm just telling you what the man said.
That's all.
First free throw is good. Second free throw is good for the Bulldogs as Omar Sherman sinks his 2 free throws to make it 30-25. Panthers being pressured now on the backcourt. There's a steal and went for the thunder dunk, but Westbrook said not today.
Not today, no. And Boykins with the look like, what? We're not just going to give you 2 just because you're Louisiana Tech
and you at home
on the break and you coming at me.
Yeah. You said
Westbrook like, look, I'm West Coast.
Yes, sir. West Coast.
If you can finish. I'm not going to give it to you. Great challenge.
Go hard or go home.
Challenge.
Go hard or go home.
Can he make 2 free throws?
Well, he makes the first one.
But more importantly, we got to be smarter in that press.
Yes, sir.
We know it's like a 1-2-1-1 full court press. You know where the angles are. 10 seconds is a long time to get over.
Yes.
Not there on the right side, maintain your dribble, even back up. That throws off a press. Use the patience to come right back with it after he makes 2 free throws.
Second free throw is good. Panthers trailing by the score of 32-25. They break the press well that time. Penetrating, shoot, kicks out, and good movement. A 3 is good.
We went quickly. It paid off. Cook knocked down the 3, his first of the night. He has 9. It's a 4-point game with 30 seconds to play.
Panthers back on the defense, trying to maintain as the drive penetrating the dip-off pass, working down. Oh, that should be a travel call. Yes, sir.
That was the right call. He tried to power through,
yes,
but took a few too many steps in there. The crowd doesn't like it, but it was the right call. And now we can hold for the final shot, Mike, with 23 seconds left.
Yes, sir. It's not what you like. It's about what's right. So the Panthers will work for the final shot here with 32-28 being the deficit. The shot clock is still on. There's a slight difference, about a second and a half maybe. Panthers still working, being very patient, get the long across. Oh, they're going to call it travel.
And he did. He did.
Oh, Cook was trying to do that shake and bake move.
Just give it to him. At that point, 2 seconds left in the half, just give it to him.
Yes.
And a lot of Texans call their 30 with 1.8 to play in the first half, but just give it to him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One-on-one, you had him sized up already. You went triple threat position. Just give it to him.
But I know what he had on his mind. He said, I'm about to break your ankles. And
I know that. But in that situation, I think the catch and shoot would have been appropriate. I think he actually had the size advantage.
Right.
You like the thought that he being aggressive going to the basket.
He had the distance between them as well.
Yes.
So you got to remember. I want to remind you at halftime we'll have a soft, I won't even say a softer side, but just a detailed, enriched look with Coach Byron Smith. Got a chance to talk with him. They did a lot of community service. This is the home area, if you will, of Coach Byron Smith. His mom, who works in the school districts here in the Northern Louisiana area, Miss Willie Mae Smith. She was proud of her son. Gave him some pies. They ain't even eat the pies yet because they say we got to be focused.
The very focused diet as they put 7 tenths of a second on the clock, now 2.5. But that's one of the things he's implemented. Certain foods, breads you can't eat in the pregame, postgame. He told them, guys, look, postgame we can have it. Yeah. Right now,
So I'm waiting for the pie after the game. Well, but we'll get a chance to talk with him and hear the conversation of a very brilliant young mind in basketball as they work for the last shot. It's thrown up almost, but no cigar. And we go to the halftime. The Panthers trailing by the score of 32-28 here in the first half of play. Not a bad take at all, Brother Lewis. And we'll be right back with more of our halftime report when we return.
Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824. You're listening to Prairie View A&M University's live sports coverage exclusively on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime here from Louisiana Tech. Panthers 32. The La Tech 32 and the Panthers 28. A lot to talk about, and we'll hear from Coach Smith here momentarily. Just wanted to remind you that you're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. We're going to take us another quick break, and we'll be right back with more of our halftime report, hearing from Coach Byron Smith.
The voice of Waller County Athletics, serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas. Introduce your message or product to our listening audience right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our network expands across the states of Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Missouri, Nevada, and California. Our network has been recognized by the state of Texas with the Media of the Year Award in 2012. For more information and opportunities to expand your product, give us a call at 832-213-8824.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Mike Prince and Duane Lewis here as the Panthers are down by 4, but it's a strong performance by the Panthers so far, Brother Lewis.
Mike, we're where we need to be. 4-point game. Shooting 52.2% from the field, 3 of 6 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, right where we need to be. Rebounds virtually even 12-11 in favor of La Tech. They're shooting 52% from the field as well. Hard to say what the difference is other than, again, that 11-0 run that got us behind, having to play a little catch-up, but it's in us. Continue to be patient with the basketball, get good spacing, and make sure that we're getting the shot that we want instead of the shot they want us to take.
Exactly. As the Panthers are breaking things down in the locker room, we're going to break things down with Coach Byron Smith. I had the wonderful pleasure of sitting down and speaking with him at the field day of activities and reports. We'll quickly go over and hear from Coach Byron Smith as he reflects on just life and basketball.
All right, I've been joined now with Coach Byron Smith, head basketball coach for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Coach, let me say thank you, first of all, for taking time to sit with us and discuss. It's always good to be in your company. You're a good guy and good coach, and I even got you on my friends list, man. So welcome to another sit down here at the open mic.
Appreciate you having me, Mike.
All right. Well, look, Coach, you're in full gear right now. Everything is moving forward. You've had some minor success in the beginning of the new season. Some of the success, if we were to be, as the kids say, keeping it 100, you know, you're not where you want to be. You're a little bit ahead of what you used to be, okay? And if we were to be honest, it's probably right where you're heading to be. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so with the whole journey and process of where everything has started from thus to now, how are you analyzing your situation?
You know what, I'm cautiously optimistic. You know, again, we have a talented bunch with a lot of new players, here, and I just think over the last probably 7 to 10 days, we finally are kind of at ease and in a good place because we think that everyone is kind of starting to buy into what we're selling and what we have been selling, and it's probably my own admission, and I probably made a mistake in that I thought it would come a lot faster because we attacked, preseason, and we got started really, really early and, established a tremendous work ethic, and the guys worked so hard in preseason. So I kind of thought success would come a little quicker, and I think I may have put some pressure on our players to perform better earlier. And it's a process, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. But, sometimes when you slam and you got long legs, you think you're supposed to get there fast, but at the end of the day, it's a marathon. So I feel over the last 7 to 10 days, our coaching staff feels, and by the way we perform, we've come up on the short end of the stick, we feel really good about where we're going and where we are right now. And we still think we have potential to do some really big things this year.
Now, you just hit on something that I think is critical. You said you may have put pressure on them by setting certain expectations, which in really hindsight thinking is a good thing. Because if you don't have expectations, you don't have measuring marks of getting better. Now, understanding, hey, I think I should have been here by this point. When we're writing out our game plans and our future goals, it's always easy because we're writing them out on paper. I was taught that you need to write this stuff in pencil, so in case you have to erase some things and make some adjustments along the way. You're still on course, but it might not be at the speed that you were expecting. Are you finding yourself that you're using your eraser a little bit these days?
Absolutely. And most of the adjustments that we're having to make it stems with our personnel. You recruit in a bunch of junior college kids. Sometimes it's hit and miss. Fortunately, I think it's been a little bit of a miss, but I think I think in the end, I think it's going to be all hit with all of our guys, coming in. So, we've had to, scale some things back and deal with some guys in a different way. Sometimes, the approach, that you use. I'm an old school guy, but I have a very, old school approach as well. And sometimes it takes these kids a little bit of a while to get adjusted. But at the end of the day, kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I think that they do understand that we do care about them. Discipline is not the enemy of enthusiasm. We're very, very hard on them, very tough on them about the small things, attention to detail, and we always talk about that. The small things add up, So, we have had to make some adjustments in terms of playing guys a little bit differently, treating guys, all, fair, and equal, but not always the same. And some guys get a little bit more rope. Obviously, with losing Sue Williams, changes a lot of things, and we've had to have some guys to play a different role now. So, we've had to make some changes, and not afraid to do that. The great Herm Edwards, who I respect a lot, the old NFL coach, says that any plan that can't change is a bad plan. So we have changed, and not to say we won't change again. Whatever we need to do to put Prairie View in the best position to be successful, that's what we're going to do.
Well, a lot of people, when they're sitting on the sidelines, whether it's side court, whether it's sideline of a football game or sideline or in the stands of a baseball event, people think it's about X's and O's, and that's all that it's about. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you're learning firsthand that it's more than just X's and O's, because sometimes you're dealing with guys that we forget, especially on a high school or collegiate level. These are young men still developing. Absolutely. And things that you and I might look like and say, man, that's nothing, but it's major to them. An example, breaking up with a girlfriend. Well, if this has been your only girlfriend that you've had for 2 or 3 years of your young life and you all part ways, you go like, man, please. But for a 45, 50-year-old, you're like, brother, do you realize how many other fish are out here in this sea? You have to sometimes slow down and in some cases hit reverse to go back to where they are. Because I think what happens, the difference between a good coach from becoming a great coach is that he assumes that his players should always be. For example, when you talk about junior college guys transferring over, you say, okay, this guy's had success on the JUCO level, so I shouldn't have to have much time trying to coach him up, where I can concentrate on the freshman or the sophomore that's already in my system. So then you say, why aren't you getting it like this? He said, well, I've always done it like this. So there's a contrasting thing there. And I tell people, forget about being a winner. You want to develop to become a champion. And being a champion, you have to make adjustments. What worked yesterday might not work today.
Absolutely. And you said a mouthful, but I agree. I think there's a huge misconception about the X's and O's. I'm going to touch on that. And sometimes, I won't say overrated, but that can be kind of overstated sometimes about the X's and O's. This deal is about managing people and, learning as much as you can about your team, because I think that gives you a much better chance, an opportunity to be able to coach them the best that you can. So, and sometimes you have to, do different things to really to kind of penetrate the inner self, to be able to find out, well, what buttons do I need to push to be able to get this young man to play at a maximum level. And again, they all come in, when you ask them the question, what do you want to be? Well, I want to be successful. So, Prairie View has really won anything significant in men's basketball for 18, 19 years now. So, you can be a part of, starting at, establishing your legacy, and, you could be like a rock star here on campus in basketball. The first team to do something. I said, is that what you want to do? And all of them will tell you, yep, I just want to be successful. I want to come to get my education. I want to be the best basketball player I can be and be the best, teammate I can be and win championships. They all tell you that. And it gets to be kind of cliche. But, it's really for us about finding out what we need to do to be able to put them in the best possible position. So, again, I was a bit premature thinking things would happen a lot faster, but that's just kind of how I am, a positive person. I think, we work pretty hard. We get after it, and, we always say that our practice should be the toughest basketball environment that you guys will encounter on the season. We go and play games, you're like, okay, man, this is nothing like practice. We should be okay. So that's kind of how we structure it. But, just managing these young players and getting them to, realize what the stake. It's not pressure. Like, we don't talk about winning and losing. Like I say, that puts a lot of added pressure on them. We're just talking about, responsibility and accountability and doing your job each and every day. And, winning and losing kind of takes care of itself. So we try to make it simple for them so there's not pressure. There are expectations, but it's no pressure. And I think those are two totally different things. You know, to me, pressure is, like I always say, it's brain surgery, or being in an operating room. You know, you lose a game, you got the next one coming up. You know, you don't do the right thing, you lose a patient. You can't just move on to the next one. This is life, so that's pressure. But what we do is a fun deal. But again, I'm very optimistic, Mike, to really get to the bottom of it. I'm really optimistic about what we can do, and I just think that the Kansas State game and the Texas State game, even though we came up on the short end of the stick, it felt different. It looked different. I'm not in moral victories. I'm not going to ever, hey, man, we almost did it. Oh, man, we lost by this minute. Nah, that's a loser's mentality. I'm not like that. You win or you lose. But I think, as you pointed out today, that was a great point. When you do your best, you never lose. And these guys have been, really executing at a high level. And I think we're going to continue. I don't think it's going to be a drop off. That's the thing that we're trying to, even in, not winning, complacency setting in with, losing by 5 or 6 points or whatever. No. We want to have karaoke. That's been the one weakness, I think, since I've been here as an assistant and now being the head coach, is that, we'd have a good performance one game, but it wouldn't carry over to the next game. It would be two totally different teams. And that's probably my greatest challenge right now, to make sure that you see consistency, that Prairie View Nation sees consistency night in and night out, that there's not a drop-off. You're not always going to play, well, but you can always play hard. And those are the things that we pride our team off of, is being intense and being prepared and playing very, very hard. So you'll see that night in and night out. That's what my responsibility, to make sure that we do that night in and night out. And I think we will.
And, of course, that was Coach Byron Smith reflecting on the progress and the process that the Panthers are getting to where they are right now. It's holding up right now. The Panthers trailing by 4, 32-28. But he made some key points. The Texas State game, the game that my beloved brother here just got a little worked up over, he said they used it as a growth moment, a measuring moment.
Yeah.
You expect some rough calls against you, especially on the road. It's not fair, but it is what it is. But with what they're seeing and how they transition between that and the K-State game, you got to like where they're lined up right now.
No doubt about it, Mike. In this program, since Coach Smith took over, shot in the arm, since taking over late November, 6-6 to finish last year, building blocks in place. These young men are getting more than basketball right now that's going to serve them 10, 20, 30 years down the road. Things will happen on the court that aren't right, wrong call. But the human element is part of the sport. And just as we miss shots, officials will miss calls. We have to get past it and move forward as the second half begins.
Second half has begun. Panthers will be going from right to left on the dial, trailing by 4. They're on the defense right now, as the first three-point attempt for the second half is no good by La Tech. Rebound picked up by the Panthers. They're keeping them to one-shot opportunities, and you got to love that with the way they're playing tonight.
Starting five back on the floor for the Panthers. And again, one shot and out to start the second half is how we start the game. It will be important to maintain that here in the second half.
The mid-range jumper falls through as the Panthers make it a 2-point deficit right now. Making that basket, of course, Mr. Zachary Hamilton. There's another quick steal. Panthers on the transition, slicing up and couldn't do it. Going to go to the line, was fouled.
Another steal for Jadante Blakely. His fourth of the night. He'll shoot two with a chance to give us a tie just underway here in the second half. His quick hands, again, playing very under control in the first half. 6 points, 3 assists, now 4 steals, no turnovers in 18 minutes of action.
As Blakely's first free throw attempt is good, nothing but bottom of the net, and the Panthers have already made this a 1-point deficit, and we're not even a full minute out of this first half or second half of play right now. Second shot attempt on the way now by Blakely. Takes his time, rolls the ball in his hands, releases, and it is a little strong, and the rebound is picked up by the Bulldogs.
And you mentioned Preston coming back to his home state. Blakely, a native of Lake Charles, also back in home state. The senior playing well right now. 1-point game, as you mentioned, Mike, just underway here in an exciting second half.
Panthers back on the zone coverage right now as La Tech's taking their time right now. I'm really pleased and impressed with the way the Panthers have been playing on tonight. There's another long three, and that one hits in the corner, and it's going to be good as Boykins makes it another three. That is 35-31. But I don't mind them taking those type of shots. That let me know that the defense is doing what it's supposed to do down low.
And if you can make it from that far, we'll give it to you.
That's
Boykins,
right.
That's his third three. McCray has two. They've combined for 5 of the 6 threes for La Tech so far tonight.
Preston working at the top of the key right now. He swings it over, gets it to Cook. DeQuan Cook dribbling to the right side, swings it back over to Preston. They're going to call the traveler. It's obvious they're not used to that jab move that the Panthers kind of does. The guards and forwards in particular, that's one of their signature moves. And sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't get it.
But part of which I think he did drag the pivot that time. Just be confident in the move.
Right.
Perhaps just heartbeat, jab, let me decide, but be confident, believe in it. With every move you make, believe in it with the basketball.
Yes, sir. Panthers back on the defense. They're working. There's another steal, and here come the Panthers on transition. Follow through.
And that's what you want to see. The big man running the floor. Wallace follows up with the dunk off the Cook miss. Back to a 2-point game. And you like to see the big men run the floor that time. His extra effort got rewarded with his first points of the night.
J.D. Wallace, the perfect example of what trailing can benefit you sometimes. Panthers back on the defense. They'll penetrate another move that looked like J.D. Wallace was going to get a backdoor block. But the
actually got a piece of it, but it had enough on it to go in.
So do you
but
give
you
him
like
assist?
the effort.
You give him assists on that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
37-33, Panthers trailing. They're taking their time now working. All the Panthers, the penetration, the shot is up by Blakely. Hits the top of the rim and gets what I call that shooter's touch.
Just home state bounce.
Yes, sir, the home state bounce.
Home state bounce.
Claim the home state bounce.
Don't claim it.
Panthers trailing by the score of 37-35. Working back on defense now as La Tech working on the perimeter. Panthers doing a great job extending them to just one shot, and that's been the 20-foot beyond shot for La Tech. And there's another one for 23 feet, and that one falls down, though.
As Bracey making his first three, and we'll live with him taking that shot.
Yes, sir.
Like he did knock it down, but we'll live with him taking it as we're down 5 here. But again, you mentioned the pace of play. You mentioned the ball movement, the tempo that we're playing with. Just stick with it. Just maintain it, because they have to play defense for 30 seconds. At some point, we're going to get a great look.
Bellinger now with the little mid-range jumper was too strong, and here come the Bulldogs on transition. The little finger roll is no good, hitting the rim, and it could have been a technical foul against La Tech, but they didn't call it because it kind of disrupted with the rattle. But there's a wide-open jumper, no good in the corner by Bellinger. The rebound picked up by the Bulldogs, and the Panthers get back on defense beautifully. 40-35 is our score. Bulldogs on top. We got a stoppage on the floor. Media timeout. 15:54 remaining in the second half of play. Panthers are trailing by 5, 40-35. You're listening to Panthers basketball on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
The voice of Waller County Athletics, serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas. Introduce your message or product to our listening audience right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our network expands across the states of Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, Missouri, Nevada, and California. Our network has been recognized by the state of Texas with the Media of the Year Award in 2012. For more information and opportunities to expand your product, give us a call at 832-213-8824.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers trailing by 5, 40-35. I want to remind you today's broadcast being made possible by Trinity Christian Learning Center, located at 2903 Boris d'Arc in Waller, Texas. Contact Ms. Janet Curtis, a graduate of Prairie View A&M University, who said where love and learning commits or comes together, connects. Is 936-372-2089. 8292. Got all that out. We get right back to action. Panthers on the offense right now, trying to make sure that everything is worked out. Bellinger gets it over to Cook. Cook gets it down to J.D. Wallace, and he lost the handle.
Unfortunately, Wallace tripped as he cut through the lane on the large feet of McCray as the pass was being made, turned over to La Tech.
So he has what you call good understanding. You catch that one on the way back. The long jumper, no, they pull it down now, going back, attempting, and it's good. As that
4-3 now. It's 4-3. They're up 8, their largest lead of the night. Need some points here. Again, they're starting to make the 3 ball. That's their third 3 here in the second half. Got to get some points on this possession.
Blakely now penetrating, goes through, lobs it up, swing it over to the corner, going back, trying to get it down low to Wallace, but they kick it back out. 9 seconds on the shot clock. That shot was blocked that time. Trying to go aggressively toward the cup was Cook. And we got a stoppage in play.
Yeah, Tech threw it away after the block shot. You like the aggressiveness of Cook going inside, but we've got to be a little bit smarter. Perhaps pull up, take that mid-range jumper instead of challenging the trees, driving in from 20 feet out.
So now the Panthers have Blakely handling things over at the point, and that ball was trying to get over to Daquan Cook in the far corner, but knocked out of bounds, and the Panthers will still maintain possession.
And somewhere in there, Mike, that backdoor cut's going to be open. They're starting to overplay, be more aggressive on the passes on the wing. That back cut's going to be there at some point.
Cook with a shot from the left wing. It's no good. The rebound picked up by the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs now on the attack. Panthers get back. Oh, that should have been a travel right there, but no call. He thought about trying to shoot it and then decided to pass the ball. No call called. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Panthers trailing 43-35 as they're going and working. Good ball movement. Ball was out of bounds, and it's going to be possession Prairie View.
Well, they called the alternating jump as our possession. Great defense in the paint by Wallace and the Panthers that time. Got to get a better shot on offense this possession, Mike. Cook shot that one too quickly. Heard about it from Coach Smith. We can get that 3 that he took there at any time in the offense. Make an extra pass or 2, make the defense shift, and get an open, cleaner look at the basket.
Hamilton and Blakely working the backcourt now for the Panthers. Blakely gets it over to Cook. Cook now over in the far corner as Troy Thompson is in on the floor for the Panthers right now. Going through as Blakely lost the handle for a minute. Jet swings it back over. Attacking was Blakely, and the rebound is going to be picked up by the Panthers, and we got a whistle on the call.
Good effort by Thompson going in there to battle for that offensive board. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Got to get some points here, Mike. We haven't scored in the last 3:38, trailing by 8. Need to keep it in the single digits to keep the pressure on La Tech.
So Troy Thompson will get a chance for his first free throw attempts of the night. The West Coast native, by way of Oakland, California, eyes the target as he releases and hits the front of the rim. No good. Substitution now coming in for the Bulldogs. That appears to be number 1. Number 1 is Derek. We're going to call him John since we're in Louisiana.
Actually, here's his gene.
Here's his gene. Okay.
Here's his gene.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to get jumped on. By the way,
you're safe. Now you're safe.
Okay, you're my backup. The second shot is good by Thompson, so that makes it.
Hope Troy can get going, Mike. You know, he had 12 points in 18 minutes on Saturday. That's just his first point of the night. Hopefully, that one free throw will get him that confidence to get his shot into the rhythm down the stretch here.
So working down low now on the Bulldogs, trying to get an open look, and that was a great move.
But that can't happen.
Right.
He got it around the corner, but the help side defense has to close off that lane and force another pass. They can't drive from 20 to the basket.
Tried to go in with some thunder was Thompson, and he just missed a punch of the night.
Would have been a great move had it gone in, but it's a tough angle trying to float from the left side of the lane to the right side across the paint. But we've got to shore up our inside defense, Mike. As I mentioned that last possession, they cut around the corner, came baseline. Jet has to flash over and cut that off and trust that his teammate is going to help him on that help and recover.
13 minutes remaining in the second half. Panthers are trailing by the score 45-36. Panthers now, that should have been a travel call as sliding. Yeah, he was heading back to Baton Rouge, your hometown, on that particular move right there as the turnover, as that was McCree called for the travel. The Panthers will maintain possession here as they get it across the timeline. Panthers trying to get something jump-started here with 12:49 remaining in the second half.
Got to slow it down, Mike. No field goals in the last 4:21. Only 3 of 9 shooting so far in the second half. Got to trust what got us here and get some smarter possessions going forward.
Panthers being just that patient right now as Blakely got it to Jet. Jet got it back over. And, lost the handle. And that was an unforced turnover by the Panthers, and now they're back retreating on defense.
Mike, 10 first-half turnovers for the Panthers, 4 in the first 7-plus minutes of half number 2. As La Tech scores inside their largest lead now at 11 at 47-36.
McCree credited for the basket. Panthers getting back on the offensive attack right now, trying to set things up as crossing over now is Blakely. Blakely gives it to Bellinger. Bellinger drives baseline, reverse layup. It's no good. Rebound picked up by the Bulldogs.
Now, we can't go NBA, Mike.
No.
That's too much one-on-one. And you like the effort, but make the cross-court pass. Someone's open on that backside as you're attacking.
The jumper was no good. The rebound and the Panthers missed on the chance to get it across was Cook, as there's another stoppage in play right now.
Got a foul inside against the Panthers as they call Jet for that foul heading into the under 12 timeout.
Well, we have 11 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. Panthers trailing by 11, 47-36. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more Panthers basketball right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
Has your vehicle been giving you the blues? Contact our good friends at Larry's Automotive at 30540-FM1488 in the Field Store area. Now 936-931-5566. With over 20 years of experience as a lawyer, attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. can help you with whatever your need may be. Divorce, car accidents, criminal case, wills, deeds, trust, civil suits, parent and child relationships. Contact Richardson's Law Office located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. You can call them at 979-826-8008. Attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. in Hempstead, Texas. Is your business in the black? Do you really know? Gunderson's Bookkeeping can lower your taxes, increase your profits, and help control your cash flow. Services include complete payroll, bookkeeping, and income tax services. Call for a free business assessment at 936-372-2661.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Mike Prince, Duane Lewis, D.C. Lewis. They're doing the chicken dance. Tried to get Brother Lewis to do the chicken dance, but he just looked at me and told me, what you talking about, Willis?
Now, perhaps if there's a plate. No, I'm not even going to go there. But speaking of dancing, we've got to get dancing here, Mike. We're trailing by 11. We've got to get the offense going, but starts on the defensive end to keep this deficit no more than 11 to give our offense a chance to chip away. La Tech shooting 6 of 9 from the field in the second half, including 3 of 5 from three-point range.
And another three-pointer on cue is thrown up, and that one was no good. The Panthers will have the ball. Boykins was trying to hit his 5th three-pointer of the night, and he missed that one. Team foul number 3 called against the Bulldogs.
Good block out from Westbrook that time, using his 6'4" frame to get in front of Pond and draw the foul on him. And that's where it starts, just a subtle position block out, getting to the ball, drawing the foul. Now we've got to get some points on this possession.
Panthers working, being patient. Oh, another aggressive move. 2 blocks in a row. And it's going
That's a lot of contact, Mike. Fortunately, Tech stepped out of bounds. But Cook all but got run over going for the ball. And while you like the effort, there was major contact there, but it works in our favor. And, hey, credit Wallace. He got blocked, got the rebound, got blocked again. Hey, make him do it.
You hit the nail right on the head. He's growing up tonight, and this is one of those games where you had to have that. He went right back aggressively to no avail, but he's putting that in the data bank, and he's realizing that you're going to have to go in there with no fear and a plenty of heart.
That's what it takes.
Panthers,
that's certainly what it takes.
Panthers going right back to work right now. Cook working the backcourt, gets it back into the hands of Lomax. There's a long jumper from Hamilton in the corner from 20-plus feet. It is no good. The rebound is going to be picked up by La Tech. Well, there, oh, boy, it looks like another travel. They get it down into the paint, going toward the cup. The left-hand shot's no good. Rebound picked up by La Tech, and they slow it back down with a fresh 30-second clock.
Got to get that block out. Got to get that block out. Cannot give second, third shots, particularly at this stage in the game, trailing by 11.
So the Panthers on the defense, Westbrook now guarding this man. They're going to call a foul, or did they? They're going to call it on Hamilton. I was going to say, I was watching J.D. Wallace at the time. I said, all he did was post it up. But they're going to charge that one to Hamilton. They're going to say it was a shooting foul. Imagine that one.
That's his first. And again, no points in the last 3:25. We talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Those scoring drops we have to avoid. And you're right, they're going to happen in games. But we had one in the first half, and now we're on another one here. The lead has extended to 12. We've got to shore up the defense, hold them to one shot, but then we get back on offense. We've got to get a good possession and get a good look. I think the three that Hamilton took rushed a little bit. The guy was coming at him. He could have probably faked, taken the dribble inside, and shot the mid-range jumper. Just patience within the offense. Still a long way to go, trailing by 13. Here comes the full court pressure. We've got to be able to handle it because now they're trying to turn it up. We've got 5 turnovers in so far in the second half. Just slow it down, trust it, trust your teammates to be where it needs to be, and execute the offense.
Jalen Harris nails down the 2 free throws as the Panthers break through the press. Preston gets it back to Westbrook. Westbrook swinging it over. A long jumper for 3. That was no good, and that was Cook on the shot. But now the Panthers, you don't want them to get into this, I got to shoot a 3, got to shoot a 3. Let's stay patient and work your shot.
Because, again, we can get that shot any time in the possession. Make the extra pass, work another 5 or 10 off of it, and get a better shot than the one that you just took.
Panthers back on the defense, 10 seconds on the shot clock. The drive, the dish off, a bounce move down in the hole, and the Panthers get the turnover. Here come the Panthers on transition. Oh, that ball was going to be off the hands of the Panthers, and that was a little sloppy turn. Westbrook was handling the charge and just got a little off with his pass.
I think he saw that Preston was more open than Preston realized and kind of led him toward the basket. Preston, instead of cutting to the basket, kind of flared out toward the baseline. A little miscommunication, but that comes with new players playing together for the first time. I doubt if you see that same turnover happen during conference play.
49-36 is our score. Bulldogs on top of the Panthers. Panthers now working a long jumper from beyond the three-point line. Is no good. Picked up by the Panthers. Preston on the right wing, awaiting the pass, but they're just opting not to go to him. Go to the top of the key. Westbrook now gets it over to Preston. Looks like the Bulldogs are in a zone. It looks they're in man and switch back to zone right now. So now the Panthers trying to set it up as Blakely works it down low over in the corner for 3. Oh, and it rattles in and back down as Preston will get credit for the 3.
That's Panther offense.
Yes,
that is
sir.
Panther offense. Drive and kick. Draw the defense. Find open man outside. If it's there, take it. Shoot it with confidence. Shaquille did it that time. He now has 6. We trail by 10.
49-39 is our score. Panthers back on the defense right now, trying to work an alley-oop, and it's no good. Panthers get the rebound. Transitioning. Got to go. Penetrating. Westbrook kicks it out. The jumper from the corner. It's good.
Hamilton a 2.
Hamilton, I thought he was going to say 3. That's what I hesitated on.
He stepped back for a minute like he was trying to get out there to it.
I thought it may have been just me. 8:06 remaining here in the second half. Panthers on a slight run, 49-48. We'll stay right here because the next timeout is going to be a media timeout, so we might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Panthers slowing things back down, getting back into the groove of things. And one thing about it, we still got to remember we're dealing with young men between the ages of 18 and 22.
And what happens is the competitive nature is, I got to get back in this thing, and I know I can shoot it, and they start firing away instead of aborting the plan that brought you to where you are, a very strong first half play, and now they just got to finish and put those things together and finish this race that they started.
And now it's time for a Panther run. You mentioned 5 quick points in this last spurt here, and it came from good ball movement, good player movement, understanding where you are on the court. We mentioned the drive and kick, but that's what happens when you penetrate. And there's a rule our old high school coach told us that don't let one man stop the ball, particularly against the zone defense. I think that's applicable for a man-to-man defense as well. When you're driving to the lane, don't let the guy guarding you to stop you. Drive, draw the help, because your teammates open either at the three-point line or on the baseline. That time it was outside, Preston knocked down the three, but he shot it with confidence. And that's what you have to do. Every time it leaves your hand, I don't care if you're 0 for your last 10 or 10 for your last 10, you got to shoot it like you know it's going down. And Preston did it that time. He now has 6. He's 2 for 2 tonight. He's only taking 2 shots, but they both going down from three-point range. We're back to an 8-point game, 8 minutes to play. As Tech called timeout, sensing that run. And as you mentioned, we have the under 8 media timeout once we run these last 7 off the clock. But right where we need to be, Mike, in shouting distance, again with a chance on the road.
Bulldogs get the inbound, and it's another turnover. Oh, couldn't get it. The Panthers, Blakely thought he almost had another pick, too. Can't say a pick 6, but at least a pick 2.
Well, they did officially give him the steal because the shot clock did reset. Unfortunately, Bracey came right back and took it back for Louisiana Tech.
So the Panthers back on the defense now, trying to work. Good baseline move, but that's going to be altered as the Panthers showing excellent defense. Will get the ball across the timeline now, going on the attack from right to left. Another long 3. That's no good.
Bad shot.
Yes.
But good hustle by Blakely.
Blakely saves the day. Oh, what a move! And the basket for the Panthers. Making up for that ill-advised shot was Hamilton.
7-0 run for the Panthers, 2-possession game, approaching 7 minutes to play.
Panthers now on the move, if you will. 49-43 is the score. They're setting up on the defense. Good penetration, a throw-up shot.
Bailout.
Yeah.
Bailout call. First, you do need the Dante to get there, but if you're going to move with him, at some point you got to stop and then make him run through. I think with that makes it easier for the official to call that player control foul.
Yes, Bracey did a little shenanigan move right there. We got us immediate timeout right now. When we come back, Bracey will be shooting 2. 6:57 remaining. Panthers trailing 49-46. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics, and we'll be right back.
Larry's Automotive, located in the Field Store community of Waller County, is equipped to handle any automotive service or repair on your diesel or gas engine, truck, car, tractor, trailer, or RV motorhome. With in-house financing and scheduled service reminders, Larry's Automotive can handle it all. So give them a call at 936-931-5566. 936-931-5566, or look them up online at larrysautomotive.net. Larry's Automotive is an approved AAA Texas repair facility employing ASC certified technicians and a 2-time Better Business Bureau Awards of Excellence winner in automotive service. That's because they believe in running an honest business with a no-problem guarantee. Remember, every service visit comes with their 12-month, 12,000-mile nationwide warranty on parts and labor. That satisfaction worth the drive. So stop on by or call today, 936-931-5566, 936-931-5566.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Mike Prince and Mr. Duane Lewis. I want to remind that attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas, is a proud supporter of Waller County Athletics, including Panthers sports coverage. You can reach him at 979-826-8006. Panthers on that 7-0 run at the line, shooting 2, will be the man of mastery this afternoon, Mr. Bracey. First shot is good for Bracey. Bracey now makes this a 50-43 lead for the Bulldogs. Second shot on the way.
as he rolls the ball, releases, and it's good. 51-47, Panthers trail. Panthers get it across the timeline now, ready to work. As looking, and oh boy, I said don't shoot that.
Yeah, Thompson's checked in. Again, we can get that shot. Let's work 10, 15 seconds more off that shot clock and get a better shot than the one he thought about.
And they just called a travel on Zachary Hamilton. They've been consistent on making that call all evening. So at some point as a ball player, you have to adjust to what the officials will and will not allow.
Again, be decisive. Believe in the move. Execute it with confidence.
Panthers back on the defense. Talk about shooting the lone three. Did the Bulldogs trying to work down low in the low post area. And there's another turnover by the Panthers. Panthers coming back across the timeline. Swings it over on the wing out the shot from three. It's no good. The rebound by Preston is up and in off the top of the basket.
And that was steal number 7 by Blakely, which set up that scoring opportunity for the Panthers. Again, great effort by Preston. He now has 8. We trail by 6, under 6 to play.
51-45 is our score. Panthers on the defense, and there's another quick whistle away from the ball. It couldn't have been on the shooter. And here we go. Calm down. Woosah, brother. Woosah.
We're going to leave that right there.
A questionable call to go against the Panthers.
Highly.
Obviously.
Highly questionable. 15 foul this half, the second personal on Zach Hamilton.
Panthers still showing aggressive defense right now as the inbound for the Bulldogs has been delayed. Panthers in the 1-2-2 zone look. Trying to penetrate and kick down is Bracey. There's another turnover. Preston now with the ball for the Panthers. Penetrating. He's going to go toward the cup, and that ball is going to be deflected, but a foul was called, and you like that aggressive move for Preston.
With confidence. Attack the basket with confidence. I think Memphis mind about midcourt. Did a little crossover guy inside the offense. I'm going to the hole. No one's there. He'll shoot 2 with 5:32 to play, and that's what's needed off the turnover. Turn it into points if you can.
Now you got to make sure you pay for it at the free throw line, and the first one is no good, but to no avail. Preston still making the adjustments, if you will, to life on the hill. We may mention that he's a native of New Orleans.
504 boy.
The 504 boy. You're a 225 boy, right?
I was born 504.
Okay, so you're going to claim them all. That's right. You claimed the state earlier. The free throw is good by Preston.
He got 1 or 2 that time.
51-46, 5-point deficit for the Bulldogs.
We shot it well this year from the free throw line. Just 4 of 8 tonight. Need to make them all in the final 5+.
Yes, sir, because I can guarantee your chances are going to be very limited. I just got that hunkering feeling right about now. Panthers maintaining good defense right now. The shot clock is down to 6. Doing a great job. And they're penetrating to throw that shot up, and it's no good. It didn't hit anything, and that is a shot clock violation. I know I'm not supposed to cheer, but great defense for the Panthers. I don't know.
Okay.
I thought they said broadcast etiquette or something. We are right next door to the home broadcast radio crew for La Tech. Pretty noble and friendly guys right now.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
But they're nervous.
They're nervous.
There's a nervous energy. With 5 minutes to go, only a 5-point deficit for the homestanding Bulldogs. We got them where we want them, Mike. We need to out-execute them over this final 5.
Yes, sir. The Panthers now working it as they're slowing it down, which they've had most success. Blakely going toward the cup, kicks it out to Hamilton. Hamilton gets it over to Preston. Preston pulls it back out up top to Blakely. Blakely at the top of the key on the left wing, crossing over, trying to take his man, and he kicks it out. The jumper from Thompson in the corner is good. The three-pointer, great ball movement by the Panthers, and the Panthers have made it a 51-49 deficit right now.
I mentioned it earlier. The free throw, seeing the shot go in. Now the 3, contested 3 in the corner, knocked it down, 2-point game with 4 and some change.
Panthers still showing the zone look right now, working down low. That was a travel. My goodness.
And again, it can't be the try. Can't give him the points in the free throw. If you're going to foul. I didn't think he did. Rod Dixon called it from behind. Questionable, to say the least. And it's almost one of those things that once you hear the whistle pushing, that maybe will throw off the balance of it. They won't call 2 fouls, but you can't give him the 2. And Can't give them an opportunity for the three-point play.
I say tackle. I say tackle him after that one. Jonah White makes the and one, and that just gave the Bulldogs a 54-49 lead right now. Panthers get the ball across the timeline. 4 minutes exactly remaining, and that should be the media timeout. Oh, there's a 30-second. Okay, they took the 30-second timeout, so we'll hang right in there. Now, for those that may be listening, yes, we are the broadcast team for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. But one thing I do not cry homer. Yes, I am a homer, a graduate, alumni, and all that. But sometimes you just got to let the kids play.
I'm homer. I'll be it, and we'll be it together. And, you know, at last possession, Mike Lotek switched to defense again. Went to kind of a 1-3-1 look. Didn't like what we saw, so Coach Smith called a good time out there. We've got 2 remaining. Set some things up about, hey, here's how we need to attack that going forward. Because again, we'll see some junk looks here in this final 4 minutes. But again, it's ball movement, it's player movement, drive and kick, getting in the right position to get uncontested looks.
That's right. That's right. And you still got a lot of basketball left with the 4-minute mark remaining right here in this second half. And like I said, you got to be pleased with the overall game plan for Coach Smith and his crew on tonight, as the Panthers are within striking distance to pull off what some would consider an upset. I consider this an upset. Would you consider it an upset?
I would, but these are games that we can get and we can win. You know, we let Saturday slip away at Texas State, and you want to get some of these. You know, and he said it when he met with you last night, said today, he said it to me throughout the year. We're on the moral victories. We're not playing just, we had a great effort and we came up a little short. No, it's the Herm Edwards rules.
Yes, sir.
That's in place. We're playing to win the game.
You play the game to win.
Hello. I mean, we're playing to win. We appreciate the check and all the hospitality, but at the end of the day, we want that dub. Let's see how we attack this 1-3-1 look.
Speaking of attack, Blakely gets the ball back off the inbound, kicks it outside, and the jumper is up by Cook. No good. Rebound.
We'll keep it.
Yeah, and it's going to go off the Bulldogs, and the Panthers will maintain possession. And from the looks of the shot clock, it will be a fresh shot clock. As now to get ready to inbound in. The Preston swings it over in the corner. Over another jumper. Oh, my. There he is. There's that young man out of the West Coast, Troy Thompson, with the 3. And it is now 54-52. Panthers on the move.
Back-to-back threes by Thompson. One possession game with 3:20 to play.
Panthers playing the good defense, and the answer come right back.
And Boykins has been that guy for them.
Yes.
That's his 5th 3 of the night, lead back to 5. He's got 19. He's kept them in front, but still plenty of time, 3 and some change.
Panthers being patient. Another long 3 from the top of the key. That time no good, as that was Zachary Hamilton getting in the feel of things.
But we needed the extra pass.
Right.
That was a really contested 3 early in the shot clock. Let's make the extra pass, too, as we've talked about throughout the night, to get a better look than that one.
2 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the contest. Panthers trailing by the score of 57-52. The penetration shot that throws up, as the foul's going to be called against Blakely. Blakely is pleading his case down below, but to no avail. That was going to put them in the bonus. Did that not just put them in the bonus?
That did.
Yes, it did.
That was team foul number 7.
Shooting 2. They said he was shooting?
They said he was shooting. Not sure if that's the case, but he makes the first one as Lee moves back to 6. You know, fouls right now, 7-4. You know, they've shot 13. We've shot 8. Right now, the difference, you could argue at the free throw line. They're 12 of 14. We're 4 of 8, but again, still plenty of time. 2.5 to play, but we need to execute and get points on every possession down the stretch.
Blakely handling the ball, trying to work it across now. Panthers being patient. The tag kicked out to Preston. Preston comes, attacks, and goes off the glass. It's no good. The shot was altered by the defender down low. The Bulldogs maintain possession. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Panthers trailing 59-52.
And you like the attack, but we've got to finish inside. Got to score nearly every time down, especially trying to pull the comeback.
So the Panthers back on the defense now. The shot from the left elbow is good as Harris nails that one to now extend the lead to make it 61-52, 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Another corner shot is no good. That time, Thompson was not able to knock it down. The Bulldogs pick up the rebound, and now it's under a minute, close to a minute and a half now remaining. 1:34. The Bulldogs spreading it out now to slow it down.
Got to get stops every time down, Mike. We're scorers in the last 2 minutes. We've got to get stops, and we've got to score.
The throw-up shot is...
Wow. That was just muscle.
Yes.
That was just muscle that time by McCree powering through the Panthers that time. Our deficit back to 11 with 1:10 to play.
Almost a steal over in the corner trying to get Thompson warmed up, penetrating baseline, reverse layup. No good. And the rebound is going to be picked up by the Bulldogs. Under 1 minute remaining in the contest. Panthers trailing 63-52 as the Bulldogs will now try to slow this down to limp into the home stretch. Panthers are going to have to start fouling here pretty quick. The Bulldog faithful start to head toward the exits as they feel like this one's wrapped up. There's a quick turnover. Here come the Panthers. 3-on-1. Going, pressing, gets the back door, drift. Couldn't get the basket. Cook could not finish, and there's the basket. And the transition for the Bulldogs makes it 65-52. And there's going to be a blocking foul called against Boykins.
That's only the 15th foul against Louisiana Tech, so Panthers still not in the bonus with 19.6 to play.
Right, and those that are here are starting to exit stage left right about now.
Well, they saw a good basketball game between two very good teams, and they know their Bulldogs escaped with the win here tonight.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Panthers will eventually fall to 2-9. The Bulldogs will advance to 6-4. Once again, no moral victories, but you got to love the game plan that was put together to attack this. And speaking of attack, that ball was blocked away as trying to attack was the Panthers' Cook, and that is going to take care of this contest. The Panthers fall short by the score of 65-52. Panthers on the short end here in Louisiana Tech. We're going to take us a break, and when we come back, we'll have our post-game report to begin as the Panthers not able to hold on and hold fast. We'll take us a quick break, and we'll be right back.
The Prairie View A&M University Panthers are a member of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, commonly known as the SWAC. The Panthers are a Division I FCS program of the NCAA. The Panthers compete in the following sporting events. From the men's division: baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, tennis, and track and field. From the women's division: basketball, bowling, cross country, golf, soccer, softball, tennis, track and field, and volleyball. The Open Mic Broadcast Network is proud to serve and partner with the Prairie View A&M University Athletic Department. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. Be sure to visit our website at OBN-Radio.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our post-game report, we have quickly been able to get with Coach Byron Smith. Panthers fall by the score of 65-52. Coach, I know it's still kind of fresh on you, but give us an assessment of your performance, your team's performance on tonight.
I thought we played pretty well, probably about 36 of the 40 minutes, and just kind of gave in. You know, had some lapses late. A few guys maybe got a little bit winded, got a little tired, and just didn't execute. But overall, I thought it was a solid performance. But you know, at some point in time, you know, we're going to have to be victorious and be on the other end of the scoreboard.
Yes, sir. Now, Coach, you had some excellent, what I would consider was an excellent game plan to start this first half off. You go in the first half trailing by 4. What was the conversation at halftime? And you came out quickly. You got some turnovers to start that second half off. What was the pep talk at halftime?
Really wasn't just really reinforcing what we talked about and what we talk about, every basketball game, when we talk about to start every game, when we talk about to, come out in the second half. So not so much really more of a pep talk, just reinforcing the things that we really try to focus on and try to get really good at, and starting the game and starting the second half and those 2 minutes, the first 2 minutes of the game, first 2 minutes of the second half, and the first 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes of the game are areas where we really try to execute and make sure we're getting things done. And I guess obviously we were pretty solid. We held solid on the first two minutes in the game and the first 2 minutes of the second half, but the last two of this basketball game we were down 2. We just didn't finish. We just didn't finish, Mark.
Now I understand that, Coach. Every loss is a tough loss. What good do you take out of this contest? I'm not talking about a moral victory or anything. What are some things that you saw that was performed well tonight that you can take down the road?
I think we're getting after defensively. I mean, this is a team that averaged 76 points a game. We held them to, what I would say really 60. They kind of got a few in the end, but I don't think it was a 13-point game. And that's the thing that's really frustrating to me, Mike. When you look at the scoreboard and the world looks at this and says 65-52, it wasn't that kind of a basketball game. But I take away that we're really starting to come around on defense. Rebounding, we were -5 tonight, and I think we could get better. I think we probably out-hustled them on the glass a little bit. I think the teams are probably taking us lightly. We're prepared to play basketball, Mike, and we're ready to take this thing to the next level. Our guys just have to stay the course and stay positive and believe that it's going to happen here at some point.
No doubt about it, Coach. And this is my last question. We talked about it throughout the broadcast of the night. Some guys happen to step up with the downtroddenness of Masu Williams. And tonight, J.D. Wallace, he did some pluses and some minuses tonight. I think he grew up a lot tonight.
I think so. J.D.'s a guy that's just kind of been in some tough programs before he got to Prairie View. And I think he's just kind of getting to the point now after about 2 months into the season, or a month and a half into the season, or a little over a month, into the season, that he's just kind of starting to figure it out and understand what we need him to do. But he's a tremendous talent. He's got tremendous upside, and we just hope that he'll continue to be that way, and maybe his play will become infectious and some other guys can start coming off the bench and giving us some help as well.
All right, Coach, we thank you for coming up on such a short notice. The Panthers fall short by the score of 65-52. We're going to take us a quick break, and we'll come back with the conclusion of our post-game report. You listen to Panthers basketball right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
The following sponsors are contributors to today's broadcast here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Temple of Refuge Ministries, located in Prairie View, Texas. Garland Harris Jr. of Keller Williams Realtors in Houston, Texas. Attorney Lee Van Richardson of Hempstead, Texas. Lone Star College of Tomball, Texas. Edmonds Insurance in Waller, Texas. Larry's Automotive in Waller, Texas. Gunderson's Bookkeeping in Waller, Texas. District Attorney Alton Mathis. Prairie View Athletic Club, the Hotline Press in Hempstead, Texas, and the City of Hempstead. Thank you for your contributions and support of our student athletics here throughout Waller County and beyond. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, our post-game report. We want to thank Coach Byron Smith for coming out and addressing what you could really see and hear in his voice was a tough loss on him tonight. He felt that the Panthers did some things right, but not enough to get that overall W. A very strong competitor, and I won't even say to a fault. You know, when you love it, you love it. When you see and hear Coach Byron Smith, especially when you get a chance to talk to him, you can't help but hear basketball. Took this one a little hard tonight. Panthers end up being 20 of 45 from the line, from the field, I should say. 5 of 14 from three-point range, 4 of 8 from the charity stripe, a total of 23 rebounds for the Panthers. And the Panthers end up shooting on the night a collective total of 44% from the field, 35% from three-point range, and 50% from the charity stripe. As we go over here, the Panthers trying to get everything. I was looking at the wrong.
That's the final.
That's the final. Thank you very much, sir. And my brother's keeper. So the Panthers end up going 21 of 53 for the night, 6 of 7 from the three-point range, and 4 of 8, of course, from the line. They end up with 24 total rebounds, 9 offensive rebounds, and 15 defensive rebounds. Leading score for the Panthers on this evening was going to end up being, that was rebounds, I'm sorry, I was looking at. The 11 points for the Panthers was by Zachary Hamilton. Hamilton ended up being 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 5 from three-point range, and to be quite honest, not piling on the young man, probably 3 of those threes should not have even been attempted.
Correct.
On the evening. Then the hash out did not go to the free throw line, and you need guys like Hamilton to go into the paint. J.D. Wallace, we made mention of him on this evening, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 5 total rebounds, 2 offensive, 3 defensive rebounds. He ended up with a total of 3 points, no blocks on the evening, but still some solid time and some solid minutes in on tonight, as J.D. was able to get a total of 18 minutes of action coming off the bench of the night. The Panthers will fall to a overall record at this point of 2-9, unless you count the champion game. That would make them 3-9. It was even though it's an exhibition. However, they have more losses than they do wins right now. They'll have to forget this one, get it out their system, and head for a flight toward Utah. Duane, give your assessment of Panthers' performance on tonight.
Man, we're getting closer, Mike. I think Louisiana Tech is a much better team than Texas State, and I think we rose to that challenge tonight. They've got some great size, great athleticism. They're used to winning around here. They're tough at home. This is their 13th straight home win. They've been very good at home over the last 4 years. But they were in the dogfight tonight, and the Panthers brought that to them. And while we're not in the moral victories, we have to continue to remain confident that we're right there. Despite what the W and L column says, Mike, we're right there. You mentioned Hamilton with 11. Balanced scoring tonight. Blakely had 9 with a career high of 8 steals. Preston had 9. Cook had 9. Thompson had 7. So good balance in the game tonight. The rebounding, they out-rebounded us by 5, but that's the number you can live with. Again, it's right there. It's pretty competitive, but the 18 turnovers need to get that number down a little bit, but they had 24.
Yes.
So
yes.
That shows that we're playing great defense, obviously tonight, led by the 8 steals of Blakely, but got to avoid those scoring droughts that we talked about. There were 2 significant droughts tonight that really made the difference in the ball game against teams of this caliber, quality program. We can't have those droughts and still expect to win, because you expend so much energy trying to erase that deficit that takes away from what you need down the stretch. But heads still need to be held high. This team is still headed in the right direction. A tougher challenge this week at Utah on Saturday afternoon, but that's why you play these games. Get in the toughest environments that you can against the top teams that will play you, and let's go out on the floor for 40 minutes and see what we can do, and look forward to what we'll do Saturday at a Pac-12 opponent in Utah this Saturday afternoon?
Well, the Panthers fall short by the score 65-52. The leading scorer tonight for the Bulldogs was Jacoby Boykins. Boykins had a total of 19 points. He was 6 of 11 from the field, 5 of 10 from three-point range, and 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. He ended up with a total of only 3 rebounds, if you can imagine that. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and he put in a total of 18 minutes as well. So that was a good night's work for Boykins, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs fall short. They will try to lick their wounds if they can, if you will, and get prepared for Utah as that game, the way we have it tentatively set right now, you can hear right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Duane Lewis will venture out west, if you will. Go west, young man. Go west.
That's west.
Yeah.
That's west.
That's real west.
That's real west.
That is absolutely west.
From mailman country here in Ruston, the mailman country in Utah.
Yes, sir. Now, before we get ready to close out, and I'm one, I like to say, more victories. Second place ain't nothing but the first place loser from my mentality and approach. But I'm excited of the style and caliber of play that the Panthers are playing right now. These guys were in this game pretty much from beginning to end. You make a couple safer, high percentage shots. Who knows how this thing comes out? Take it. Use it as a learning tool. Get ready for your next journey. Panthers are headed in the right direction.
No doubt.
And we can't wait to see this thing unfold. A lot of people, he heard Coach Smith say it himself right now. He said a lot of teams have started off taking us lightly, but the word is getting out that this squad is for real. Don't let a 2-9 record fool you, because this thing is not what it appears to be. And that's what the Panthers have to take away from tonight's contest and the previous contest leading up to the next battle, which will be against Utah. You can listen to that game exclusively right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We thank you all so much for joining us here on tonight. On behalf of D.C. Lewis, my man, I'm Dr. Mike Prince. We want to thank you all so much for joining us here on tonight. Remember, Prairie View produces productive people. Good night to all, and to all, a good night.
following sports broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Thanks for joining us on today's broadcast. You can follow us all season long right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network by visiting our website at OBN-Radio.com. Listen throughout the season for more exciting student athletic coverage right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.